And we're back for the final stretch of our workers' comp deep dive. We've talked about a lot, from reporting injuries and, all those different types of benefits,
Right, right.
to advocating for yourself and really understanding your rights within this system.
And making sure you know all those resources that are out there to support you.
Yeah, exactly. But there's one more topic, kind of a sensitive one,
Right.
but really important that we need to discuss, and that's death benefits.
It's not an easy subject, but it's something that, unfortunately, families sometimes have to deal with after a work-related, injury or illness leads to a fatality.
It's definitely something you don't want to think about.
Yeah.
But it's important information.
It is. It is. So death benefits are basically payments that are made to the family of a worker who passes away as a result of their job.
Okay. And the guidebook, it actually outlines who's eligible for those benefits, right?
It does, yeah. It's usually the spouse, children, or other dependents of the worker.
Okay. And does the amount of the benefit, depend on the worker's situation?
It does. Things like the worker's date of death, the number of dependents they had, all of that factors into how much the benefit is. The guidebook has a really helpful table, actually, that shows different scenarios and how those different factors can change the benefit amounts.
Okay, so at least, that information is pretty clear.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's good to know that it's all laid out there, even though it's, like you said, it's not something anyone wants to think about.
No, definitely not. But it's good that they've, covered all the bases.
Absolutely. And it's not just the death benefit itself. The employer is also responsible for reasonable burial expenses, which can be a huge help for families, during a very difficult time.
Yeah, absolutely. As we kind of wrap up this whole deep dive, the thing that really keeps sticking out to me from the guidebook is that that for more information and help section.
Oh, yeah, me too. It's like they're constantly reminding you that you're not alone in this whole process.
Right. It's like they're saying, hey, we know this is complicated and we're here to help.
Exactly. Exactly. There are so many resources out there, from employers and claims administrators to the DWC, attorneys, labor organizations, occupational health clinics. The list goes on and on.
And those information and assistance officers at the DWC, those sound like a real lifeline for anyone who's feeling kind of lost or overwhelmed.
Oh, they are. They can answer questions, clarify procedures, help mediate disputes, and all of that is for free.
That's incredible. California really wants to help people, it seems.
They do. And while the guidebook is an incredible tool, it gives you that solid foundation of knowledge, it's also an invitation to reach out for help when you need it.
Yeah, don't be afraid to use those resources. It's clear that, California has put a lot of effort into creating a system to support injured workers.
They have.
Even if it's, still really complex and confusing at times.
Definitely. It can be a lot to navigate. But knowledge is power, right? The more you understand your rights and options, the better equipped you'll be to advocate for yourself and get the support that you deserve. So don't be afraid to ask questions, use those resources, and remember, you're not alone.
I think that's a great takeaway. And for all of our listeners out there, if you ever find yourself facing a work-related injury or illness in California, take a deep breath, remember everything we've talked about, and reach out for that support. We hope this deep dive has helped you feel more empowered and confident to navigate this system and get back on your feet, whatever that looks like for you. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
See you then.